Afternoon, everyone. Let me put up the date. So here is today's date. Perfect. The who and me. And yeah. Hope everything is good. Hope you guys are all great. We're gonna go out and do some chores, feed them chickens, and we're gonna work a little bit on the fence. Sorry I've been gone for so long. I've had a lot on my plate, doing a lot of interesting, cool things. So let's head on outside. Hope you guys are well. I'll give it a little bit of time for some of you guys to migrate in. We're gonna go work on some of the chores and fix the fence is kind of what the goal is. Oh, current temperature. It is 70 degrees or 21 degrees C. So now we're going to go back and we're going to be working on the fence because that's kind of the goal today. That's the fence. Wow, super blurry. That's the fence that we're working on. And as you guys can see, this is what I'm doing. So we're just gonna, and what we're gonna be doing behind that fence is we're gonna be putting, I'll probably cut down one of those two trees behind that fence, and we're gonna be putting in a little planting station and such behind that. So there's the wood sitting right there. So I'm gonna set you guys down probably right over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then I am going to go get the wood. Spin this around. Let's see if you guys can see the projects and me. Look at that. Perfect. Let me give this just a second. I've got a new... You guys remember last week when I broke my kickstand for this, so I've got a new kickstand. So I'm gonna go grab the wood. I'll be right back. We're gonna finish more on this fence, and then after we finish this fence up today, we'll go feed the chickens. We'll get the water, and then we'll move some rocks around, and yeah, we'll talk about cool stuff like that. So you guys can see I just have your normal, I think these are called dog ears, I'm not sure. Just your regular wood here that you pick up at your local hardware store. And we're just screwing this in and making ourselves a nice tall fence or a nice little barrier blockage for a variety of stuff. So I have a spacer board. This helps make sure that I'm spacing things properly. So, not very hard work. We're just going to finish off the rest of this project because if I leave this gate open, it'll allow ducks and such to pop in and pop out, and that'll make it not bueno. We don't really want our ducks. You know, the purpose of fences is to keep your ducks in. So, and then after we get this fence up, we'll be doing some landscaping down here. And we're going to be growing, I'm not sure exactly, we might try to grow some peas up the side of this because it does get really good late afternoon sun. And so there can be some stuff that we can utilize with the fences, because don't want to just use the fences just for the purpose of fences is to keep things in and out. We want to try to figure out ways to utilize it for other purposes. So. Thanks, any word. Just been working on it. I'll show you some more about what it looks like when we look around it just a little bit. But yeah, it's coming along just nice. Trying to use as much. We're using a little bit of mix between wood and scrap. So. Oh, good. I'm glad that you picked up some Cardano. It really looks like it's about to do some really interesting things in the future. So I hope you got it at a good price. Another coin you might be interested in looking at is called Storage, STORJ. Crossbody, he's the one that told me to look into that coin for him a little bit. And after doing a little bit of research, I currently like the coin. It's fairly stable. It's a lower price right now, so it might be something worth snagging, maybe day trading or snagging and holding on to for a short term. So something to STORJ is the name of it, called Storage. What Storage does is Storage works very similar to the way Cloud it works. So what's a cloud storage? It's a cloud storage coin. So if someone, like, what it does is you can get on storage, and you can, if you've got an extra terabyte or some extra space on your server on your computer, you can lease that. You can lease out that storage area to the storage company, and then they pay you in storage area. They pay you in storage coins for however much storage you're leasing them. So it's kind of that place. It's based on the amount of terabytes that you're letting them use. So it's kind of like you let them use so much, you get something in return. So it's just a really interesting concept. So that's why I'm kind of interested in it. I like that it's got actually a strong use to it. There's a purpose for it. It's not just speculative. And the coin's been around for a little while, and they've just kind of been building up a client base and building up a real life use for it. So some of these other stuff that's just hanging out in my way. Or for those watching, I will be doing a show tonight, so we'll be talking about a variety of stuff in the show tonight. So it'll be about 9:30, 10 o'clock my time, Eastern time. So again, anybody's welcome to jump in. We're mostly going to talk about a little bit about the alternative media, the real media, how to not get caught up in the silliness and the stress, and just cool things that we see, and important things to pay attention to, what's happening with the world around us. Just a good observation, a good conversation about how to be observant, and how to keep your mind clear, and how to make sure that you're still surrounded by lots of cool people doing cool things. So one thing, guys, out there is I can tell you, instead of buying those fences that you have, it is actually a lot easier just to build your own. So it is something that you definitely can consider. You do need a handful of tools, like of course you need your drill and your screws and the spacer board. And I did start out, I had a level earlier when I was working on making sure that those boards were fairly level. But the rest of the project, you can pretty much just eye it, and that's what's great. It's a pretty easy project. You can make it look really nice, and you don't even need a whole lot of skill set. So. Yeah, no, exactly, Mark. Yeah, the trees just already helping. I just kind of work with the trees instead of fight against them, and they help hold up the branches and such like that. That's kind of the goal. It works really well. Only problem I've occurred so far is right now I'm actually one board short, so I'm gonna actually have to manipulate this last corner board, and I'm gonna move these over just a little bit. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. Fun. So I hope you guys are all having a good day. I'm not sure. Look at that, looking good. So So most of the wood I'm using there is store-bought. There is some of the other stuff I'm using behind that is recovered wood. So there's some recovered wood back there and such like there. But I wish I had a sawmill that I could cut and I could make it so that it would all be completely recovered wood, because I have a lot of trees that are down and I would love to be able to use those. But here's the fence we've been working on the last couple weeks. So I will have to put I'll put a replacement right there as soon as I get another board. But we're gonna, at least in this part where the ducks are, what we'll be doing here is we'll be growing, is right here where the ducks are and such, we're actually gonna be growing, I'll make a little raised bed out this way, and then we'll be growing some peas and such up that way, because the way the amount of sunlight and such works, that'll be perfect for that project. So that'll be what we're working on next. And then this is the fence over the last couple years. As you guys can see, it's starting to deteriorate. So we're going to be repurposing all of this wood. I'm going to keep these raised flower beds here, but we'll be repurposing these raised flower beds for other things. But this held out. I had this fence and such up here for about 4 years. It's already been repurposed once, so I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, green beans would actually be a good idea too. Green beans, peas, anything that will grow up fine there. So you guys can see him. I've got the first leg of the pond holding up the water pretty well. It's still very, very ugly over there, but I finally got the water to be stable and doing what I need. I want to show you guys. I'll show you guys a fun trick. We'll do a video in the near future, and I'll show you guys a fun trick on how to. If you want a pond in your yard, even if it's just a small pond, I was doing a little tests on doing ponds, putting ponds in place, and things of that sort. So I'll show you guys a trick. I'll show you guys a trick with this. This is I don't know if you guys have ever noticed my wood piles. So these are as old as people around have been getting rid of their decks, or they've been getting rid of stuff. Instead of them just throwing all their wood away, I try to repurpose their wood, because there's lots of cool things that you can do with repurposed wood. So scavenge out the good pieces, get rid of the bad. You can always put the bad in burn piles and things of that sort. Why is the phone doing that again today? You guys get to look at the ceiling. And let's see if it's a beautiful sky. I guess you guys get to see. There we go. Back to what it should be. So, oh look, guys, pretty excited. This is what I'm excited about. See this? Look at that. Those are lilac leaves. So lilacs are one of the first ones to start getting leaves here. So it won't be long before it won't be this dull, boring gray color. We'll be getting green. We'll be getting green and nice very soon, which makes me very happy, because while I like winter when there's snow on the ground. I'm not as much of a fan of winter when it's dull. Yes, lilacs are one of my favorite. They're one of my favorite smells, up there with fresh jasmine and honeysuckle. I want to show you guys the daffodils. So daffodils are my favorite spring flower. I collect and trade and grow lots of daffodils, but this is my daffodil spot that I've been growing and fostering daffodils for many, many years. So the idea was always make a nice. The idea behind this was to always make a nice picturesque spot with the house and the rock wall and daffodils. Yeah, I've got a nice old wall running along the edge of the old turnpike here. So as you guys can see, there's some spots where the wall has fallen in, which I need to come in here and, you know, freshen up and fix. But dry stacked wall, dry stacking is really fun. It's I've been trying to practice my dry stacking skills. So the daffodils. Okay, so I know some of you guys want to see the bunnies, so let's go say hi to some of the young baby bunnies that we have hopping around. So we got some daffodils down here. These are when at one particular point I was going to do a little daffodil area back here, and then I opted to not do that. But this is what I have. So this is what I have right now. See, repurposing fences. Always trying to find ways to repurpose fences. Well, there is some mud, but I've been putting some hay down, and I've been trying to deal with counteracting. I've been making sure that where the runoff is to try to lower the mud. So if I didn't, the rest of the yard would kind of look like that. That's where I haven't addressed the mud issue yet, but we will in the future. So we're gonna come in here to the handy run. And I don't know if you guys can see well, I don't know if, what do you mean? I don't know if you guys can see them. You guys can see a handful of the bunnies. I will, give me a second and I will snag one. Yeah, daffodils are bulbs, and nothing eats them either because they're poisonous to most, they're poisonous. Daffodils are poisonous to most animals, so they're not going to eat them. So they're really, really pretty, and they're really, really good early pollinator for bees and such like that. So that's why I really like daffodils. And they can withstand some crazy weather. They can withstand heavy rain. They can withstand frost. And so you can keep them for a long time, and it's really cool. I'm going to grab in here, grab a bunny. Hobby bunny. This guy is squirmy today. So there's a bunny. Little squirmy guy. Cute little baby bunny. Wants to squirm and jump around. And jump around. And be super squirmy. Yeah, so this guy's a little orange calico guy. This got a lot of energy. They want to run around. They just want to be crazy. Yeah, no interest in biting me at all. None whatsoever. He just doesn't want to be held. He wants to, I'll show you guys. He just wants to be hanging out with his friend. So, there's all their friends just hanging out in here. So he just wanted to go in there and hang out with his friends and be a big pile of bunnies. So. Well, you know, I guess if, I mean, there is lots of reasons to build fences and such, so. There could be, you know, maybe the problem is he ran out of places to build fences, and the fence is what was keeping his mind sane. Because I do know fence building, there's something really nice about fence building, and it keeps your mind sane. It's something that you can, like, you can continuously look at. You can see how you can succeed in doing your product and doing your project, and it's just really, really nice. So, you know, building fences has definitely helped me with my sanity from time to time, especially when things just get really stressful and I just don't know what, I can't think clearly. Going and building a fence, because you know what the outcome's going to be, you know the steps that you need to take, and as long as you've got the tools, it's just it's a really nice project that you can easily see from beginning to end. And even if you only get like a couple of the steps done, you can clearly see like how much progress you've made in your fence building adventure. So it was really sunny earlier, so I had to switch out glasses and such. So, and I keep hitting these glasses on things. So we're gonna switch over and get the water, because Lisa's gonna need some water when she gets ready to go feed everyone. I planted a few potatoes yesterday. We'll walk out there and I'll show you where I planted the potatoes, and we can talk a little bit about that. So, and we'll talk about where we're going to put some more gardens in. We're going to put some gardens here on the lab, and then we're also going to put some gardens in out at the market garden area. Interesting. I'm playing with the new tripod for my gimbal, and it's not quite my favorite. I need to go readdress and get a new tripod for this, a new hand tripod for this gimbal soon. But it's doing what it needs to do now. So we all know I'm just playing. I always have new techniques, new toys, new things that I need to play with to see how well they work out and if I like them, if I don't. So far, this gimbal is definitely my favorite out of all the ones that I've used. So it makes doing projects like this fairly easy. Sylvia's here wanting some water, so we'll give her some water in just a second. But I'm gonna get these. We got the water jugs that we carry for Lisa. I want to get them all filled up first, because right, Miss Sylvia. Switch that up. So we got some cool projects to be doing down that way in the spring, or in the late spring or early summer. Still trying to contemplate if we're building a thing. I have not fixed that fence yet. That is very soon on the horizon. I need to go over there and fix that spot where the fence had fallen. We've had a lot of other little things that needed to be done first. I talked to the cow guy. It'll be a little while before he brings the cows in, and I can jerry rig it for a little while, even if the cows are there. But I'll probably be doing. We'll do a video of that fence building, but I'll probably be doing that fence building, I would say probably the first or second week of May. We'll be addressing that. So. Yeah, now that the weather's getting better, a lot more chores are coming due. Chores that I couldn't do because the weather was just not suitable, or it just didn't make sense to be outside all day. Now that the weather is better, it makes a lot more sense, and I'll be focusing a lot more on video, a lot more on the fun gardening such that needs to be getting done. Yeah, winter is normally a rest period. It's a slower time. This winter didn't feel as much like it as it should have, but you know. And then spring is going to be focusing on getting all the seeds in the ground, all the plants in the ground, working on how to generate additional revenue, with the little extra money that we have. Everyone know what the sound is. See, it's overflowing. And so I can just recapture all the water. I've got it set up like that. So we've slowed that down. We still have the trash panda and the skunks visiting on a fairly regular basis, but I have found where most of the their entry points were. So I've been addressing those entry points, which actually is a good thing that that happened, because some of those entry points I never would have noticed, and so that led to me being able to make some new plans on how I'm going to redesign parts of the barn. So and then we'll be addressing soon. I think in like 2 weeks or so, I should be getting my first bit of bees, which I'll be very excited about. So I need to get where we're going to put the bees, how we're going to deal with them. You can see these hives are currently being robbed. So there's some local honeybees around that are coming in here and just robbing the last little bit of honey and such in these hives that didn't make it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So, hey, thanks for the follow. So we're taking this one. Lisa asked me to take one of the jugs all the way back to the bunny barn. Into the bunny barn. Thank you so much for the ice cream. Take a break here for a second. We can say hi to the duck. Just being nosy. I don't know if I put food in there yet. Whew. Lisa's out, she's moving some rocks. We did a flower bed. We put a flower bed up around the front of the house, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago. And so we're gonna redo how those flower beds are, and now we don't need the rocks so much to define the outlines. So we're moving the rocks again, and we're gonna repurpose the rocks over here for other types of ventures here in the lab. And then we'll probably also be going to the top of the mountain in the next couple days, next couple nice days, and going up there and collecting rocks. Because fall and spring are some of the best time to collect rocks, because they're not overgrown with all the biology yet. And you can see them a lot, and then you can harvest them and you can use them. So you can do some awesome landscaping and use them for a lot of cool different purposes. Okay, let's go. Let's head back down. That was enough of a short little rest for now. Let's head back down, and Sylvia's probably wanting to know why I walked away when she was begging, asking for some water. So we'll give her some water so she can be happy with that. So we're gonna try to build, I don't know if you guys have seen those YouTube videos of those kids building those Da Vinci bridges. So we're gonna try to build, we're gonna get together some supplies, and we're gonna try to build a Da Vinci bridge right there. That's kind of the ones where you just kind of use sticks and rods. I mean, like wooden rods. So it'll be interesting. I'm kind of curious how that all turns out. Again, another fun experiment we'll share. Oh, by the way, guys, I know some of you might have seen that I posted it in my description below. You might be wondering what that thing is. So I don't know if you guys have heard me talk about skills to inherit property. With that permaculture site that I belong to. Oh, Sylvia, you cut yourself. Anyways, so it's skills to inherit property. Anyways, that Kickstarter that's in there is the link to the book. So that book will be one of the textbooks that we use for when I start teaching folks more hardcore type internships things here. So, but it's just a cool Kickstart project that I thought I would share with you guys. So you guys can see Sylvia. I'll have to put some medicine on that later, but she punctured right there on her cheek. It looks like she rubbed it up against. Looks like she rubbed it up against something. So. This isn't a new spot. This is just a spot that she doesn't usually come in. She doesn't usually come into during anything but spring, summer, and fall. But yeah, so she must have, what happens is, guys, see how the pine trees have got the little stubs on there? As she scratches up and she pulls and breaks some of those off as a pig, she'll then also rub up against it, and sometimes she rubs up on against it, and she'll scratch herself when she does that. And so that's where that scratch came from. But when she goes back into her pen later on this evening, I'll put some of that other stuff on it. So set it up like a straw or a water fountain. She enjoys that. But yeah, this is actually also old recycled fencing. You know, the hurricane fencing or the fencing that you have in your backyard and things of that sort. And we just had some of this left over, and so we're using that around here along with the that strand right there is the electric fence. And so doing the combination between both works really well. So, well, good. She is done drinking. So she has a pond over in the back corner by her little house, but sometimes she just really wants to drink the water running out of the cistern. She wants to drink the fresh water, so. So when she's whiny today, my guess is usually when she's this whiny and she's making all of these squeaking noises and such like that, that's usually when she's in heat. So, and she usually goes in heat for like 3 or 4 days. And then she's not so much of a whiny pig anymore. Good thing is we don't have any other pigs around, otherwise she would really be trying to bust out right now. So, so it's a good thing that I am the only one in the near vicinity that raises pigs. The downfall, though, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard, you guys will have to Google search this because it's going to sound crazy, but listen to the sound of a male boar. Like, just Google search male boar, and you'll hear that sounds very much like a four-wheeler or a motorcycle. So you'll really understand why Harley Davidsons are called hogs after you experience the video of listening to a male boar. Really, really interesting. If none of you have ever experienced that. Ducks and angry chickens, all that good stuff. Yeah, you could handle the male boar. Again, they're not anymore. They just get a little bit bigger. They're not really any more dangerous or anything harder to handle than a sow, a female pig. But what'd you say? I will get the wheelbarrow. There's the giant pile of rocks that Lisa has moved. So, and then Sylvia sitting here wanting to know, probably wanting to know why we're not giving her food or anything yet. So in a minute, I need to go get the wheelbarrow. Actually, I'm going to get the wheelbarrow right now. So I'm going to put you guys right here. And I'm not going to squeak your guys' ears off, because this wheelbarrow is not as squeaky as the other one, but it's still fairly squeaky. So I'm going to set you guys right here for just a minute, as long as I can get this to balance. Yes. And you guys get to look and see what's going on the farm, and I will be right back. The wheelbarrow's just up the way. Okay, so we're good to go with that. Wheelbarrow's in place. So Sylvia must be kind of hot because she's made herself a couple little holes, and she's been laying down in a couple of them little muddy holes. And then she found herself her old blanket. I don't know what she's doing with the old blanket right now. Besides just tearing it apart. Oh, there, guys, there's one of the, you guys can see the little baby bunnies that are adventuring. They're adventuring out. Over there eating grass and oh, okay, so this project, I want to show you guys this. So I dug this hole, and I'll teach you guys how to make holes to hold water. So anyways, I dug this hole, and then I did a couple of the techniques to seal the bottom, and this has been holding water now for well over a week. So I'll show you guys these projects and how to condition holes to hold water for long periods of time to make little micro ponds. So pretty fun little trick, especially if you want sitting water in particular places, like you have ducks, chickens. So the kind of the trick is, the trick to sealing the bottom. Okay. The trick to sealing the bottom is you puncture it with the little tiny bits of holes, and then you take that and you smash it down on the outside, and you kind of compress it down. And what that does is that helps seal it with the clay and fun things like that. So Sylvia's hungry, so Lisa said, let's get Sylvia some food. So we're gonna go. We're gonna get Sylvia a little bit of food, so she's not acting silly and she's not whining so much. She's probably hungry piggy. So we'll get this hungry piggy fed. Let me pop you guys right here for just a second. Spin the camera around. Okay. There's a good mix of good piggy food. So she also gets all of the table scraps. So nothing really goes to waste here. So in the future, when I get our trash and recycle thing more balanced out, we should be able to be back at not having really anything wasted and reusing things as many times as possible and having minimal waste products here. So one, it's just kind of a fun challenge. I don't know if any of you have ever tried it. And two, like if you can cut down your any bills that you can cut down, and cutting down a garbage bill, it's also a really fun thing to try to cut down. So let's give Sylvia a little bit of food. So I know it seems silly pouring it on the ground, but every time we give her a bowl, she just sees the bowl and she will just flip it over. Miss Sylvia! So she's looking to see if there's anything more tasty in that than that. Unfortunately, there's not. So, little bunny, are you stuck in there? You see that, guys? I caught the little bunny in the bowl on pure accident. That was actually pretty humorous, so. Oh, that was funny. I just set that down to help the little bunny out. I wasn't even thinking about it running right into the bowl, but chink right in. Good times. Good times for the little bunnies. So the rooster's in there finding awesome stuff. I'm not sure what he's eating right now. Looks like he's kind of finding seeds. Scratching away. Yeah, I don't have any other baby animals other than, the bunnies right now. Maybe in the spring, maybe late spring, I'll have some baby chickens or some baby ducks or something like that. But at the particular moment, we're just kind of dealing with baby bunnies, because there's always baby bunnies everywhere. So we're going to head up to the house. I wanted to remind everybody, if you're interested, tonight we will be doing our weekly show where we're talking about a variety of different things. Mostly tonight we're going to talk about how to make things cooler, better in your life, how to de-stress, and how to not get caught up in the media. It's just really easy to do. That's at 9:30 or 10 o'clock Eastern time. And everybody's welcome to join in. If you belong to my Discord, !Discord, you can jump in there and jump on to chat and have a good time with us. I'll spin around, and as we're walking back to the house, you guys can see how the gardens are turning out to be really cool. We got the micro dandelions growing right there. Why the phone decides to do that, I'll swing it down this way and make it so it doesn't do it so crazy. But yeah, as here, Kitty, you're talking about, as you guys can see how awesome, and they come in a couple different colors too. You can see how awesome daffodils, how awesome daffodils are and such like that. And then, you've got some more over here with their awesome variances and their colors and just all that really Really coolness. But yep, so tonight, this evening, we'll be doing a show. Everybody's welcome to join in, have a conversation, ask questions. So, oh, and they're really, really durable bulbs. So the bulbs do really well. So easily able to transplant, move if they get too crowded or anything like that. So that's another great thing about them. So. So, and then I just like to sprinkle them slightly around the yard, and as I have different variances and different variants. Oh, there's the, if you guys want to see what Lisa's been working on most of the day. So she's cleaned up all of the brush from the ice storm and such like that, and she's made two nice, really, really big piles around the trees. So we're going to talk about, Mark, tonight we're going to talk a little bit about, like the silliness that the media and the alternative media and the new media is tricking everyone. We're going to talk about how, as much as the world seems to be going bad, there's actually a lot of good. We're going to talk about how to focus on the good, how to find that good, how to make that good, make your life better, and, talk a little bit about the negative that we see, and then how to counteract that with awesome positive actions and positive things that we can do as a community and make happen. So it's kind of that's kind of what the show about, and then whatever else it morphs into, because anybody that's watched the show knows that it always morphs into some crazy silliness and such like that. So well, anyways, friends, I think we're gonna head off. So we've got I just want to let you guys know I've got that pretty much ready, set up. That's going to be home of the future new porch bees. So the porch bees will be living right there. That is our door, just so you guys see how absolutely close the porch bees will. As soon as we get them, they'll be moving in there, and then I'll also put a camera up so you can see the mount ready for the camera. So be able to watch the porch bees and everything like that. So hopefully in a couple weeks, we'll be adding the porch bees to our mix. So be very excited about that. Well, anyways, friends, so hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing everyone tonight or tomorrow if I stream. Sorry I've not been streaming as regularly. I've just had a lot going on, a lot going down, and it's not as easy just to grab the camera and go out. Sometimes some of the chores or some of the activities that I need to kind of win. But you guys are always welcome to jump on the Discord. I pop in and out of rooms all the time. There's always people jumping around in rooms. So if you guys really just need to stay up to date with what's going, definitely follow me on my Discord and hang out there. And again, even if you don't use Discord, you can actually just visit it like a normal webpage. So it's nothing that you have to download or anything like that. Well, anyways, friends, it's the Baron, Doc, Justin. I will see you guys later tonight, about 9:45, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Until then, adios.